Mic, check.
Mic check. Yes, sir. Just waiting on a few people. Anton just messaged me and said 1 second. If we get some retweets out, that would be great. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna post something in the nest in a minute here. If you guys could retweet that, that would be awesome. I'm honestly just hoping that they don't boot us out of this one again. Oh my gosh, did I get kicked? No way. Yo, can you guys hear me? Wow, I actually have to start a new space right now. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Still waiting for people to join. It doesn't help that they just like clip my space again.
Are we on the right space or?
Yeah, now we are. Now we are. I had to delete the other one because there's something wrong with Twitter Spaces right now.
Okay, can you hear me okay though?
I could hear you fine, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I just don't know why Like, I can't see who's talking at all, which is a problem. Oh, this is a huge problem. I'm gonna have to delete this one and start a new one, and then not leave the screen. Give me 1 second, guys. Yo, what's up, bro? Give me 1 second here. There he is. For some reason, they just keep crashing my spaces. All right, let me go ahead and try to send some stuff out. 1 second. And Anton, I saw your message. I absolutely agree. I believe that I did go ahead and I did delete the previous.
Sweet, just give me a sec here.
Yeah, take your time, man. We gotta wait for people to roll in anyway. I don't know why they are giving us such a hard time with these Twitter Spaces regarding GNS.
It's a movement. They can feel it.
I could feel it. Guys, just so everybody knows, this is just going to be an open forum. Please go ahead and ask for a mic if you have any questions. I have, a handful written down here, but, the more the merrier. And we do have to be respectful of what Anton can and cannot divulge. So let's keep that in mind, and let's just all keep it respectful as well. I'm going to give it like another, I don't know, handful of minutes here. Let's wait until Anton's ready, and then we'll kick things off. Oh, last thing. I know that the share price didn't do exactly what we wanted it to today, but let's not take that into consideration, please.
Shoot, that's a discount for me.
Yo, for real though. Um, but again, guys, please don't forget to, or please don't be afraid to grab a mic. We want to hear from you guys. Can we talk about actually real quick while he's getting ready, how humorous it is that they keep pushing, you know, our beloved socks down on low volume. It's like they think that, we don't know how to read a chart on a technical basis. That is, you know, it's almost like they're trying to like degrade us.
They definitely are, because even on like the level 2, they're putting like 7,771, and it's just like deliberately just like putting it in your face.
Well, my favorite is like the low turnover, right? And then it just drops, like a couple cents, but there's been virtually, what, like 1,000 shares traded. You know what I mean? You could just tell that they are a little bit desperate, in my opinion.
What really sucks is like, one, they'll come through the NASDAQ and it'll push the price way up, or I'm sorry, it'll push it all the way down. Then it'd be like a 10,000 off exchange, and it just doesn't do anything.
We're at a point where like the regulators aren't regulating, in my opinion. And with that being said, we have to force their hand and make them regulate.
Yeah, I'm hoping something, man. I mean, it seems like an uphill battle, which it is, and that's all right, 'cause nothing worth having is easy to fight for. But with that being said, with this community that we're getting together now, hopefully.
You cut off there, my dude. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to finish that sentence for you. Hopefully, we could go ahead and obviously pull together and be strong together. Again, share factual DD only. Make sure that we're sourcing our things, and obviously talking to the right people, like Anton. Again, guys, please keep this more generated towards GNS questions, just out of respect. And Anton will be with us momentarily. Please don't be afraid to go ahead and grab a mic. And by the way, I'm seeing 68% of the trading volume was off exchanged for GNS today.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing this Wednesday?
Anton, my man, how are we? I'm doing great.
I'm great, Buzz. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us. We, you know, as always, it's been a long day, long week. Really excited to chop it up with you guys, talk about some of the things that we have in the pipeline, talk about some of the things that Roger brought to our attention last week. So I feel like you guys haven't really understood exactly what it is and how it is going to change, like, the way we educate the future. So I'm really excited to talk about that, get through as much of that as possible. I do have a hard stop at 4 p.m. PT, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, with that, I would love to answer any of your questions as far as I can. Like Buzz said, please, respectful is key. And yeah, I give you guys respect. I expect respect in response. I am not a company. I'm a human being that represents a company. I'm certain of that. We pride ourselves on being humans. We use AI to help us, not to hurt us. But that being said, we are human, making human decisions and running a human company. So yeah, open up to some questions, please.
All right. So since you do have a hard stop, I'm gonna try to drill some questions pretty quickly, and then we'll see if we have some time for some hands afterwards. All right. Um,
Sure.
all right. So first question: what steps would you say that GNS is taking to attract and retain ideal retail shareholders, and what benefits does the company offer to this group of investors? Do you think?
That's a good question. In terms of attracting shareholders, it's not really my field of expertise. That's like an investor relations thing, and I'm not sure that they're like necessarily trying to attract shareholders more. I mean, Roger's philosophy is primarily build a great product. So one of the things that he always prefaces anything he says is um, a lot of people like claim cry wolf almost with naked shorts, but like it's when you look a little bit deeper, do some DD, which I encourage you all to do prior to investing. Um, it turns out that they may not have like such a strong company foundation, or their product may not be as like competitive as the market calls for. So what we're doing, like, and this is not directly to attract retail investors. This is um, honestly, frankly, just to improve the quality of the company, is we're making improvements every single day, day in, day out, to better the company, to better position ourselves to compete in 2030, in 2040, to be a company that's here forever. 1,000-year legacy is what we're aiming for. One of the things that Roger brought to my attention in Bali was um, he brought up the difference between the Colosseums in Rome and the temples in Japan. Why that struck a chord with me was the temples in Japan are thousands and thousands of years old, right? Like those are 1,000-year-old temples, yet the Colosseum is maybe 2,000 years old, and these are 10,000-year-old temples in Japan. Why is it that those last so much longer? Well, the reason why they last longer is because they're made of wood. And every so often, those pieces of wood are replaceable. Like, and I consider myself a piece of wood in this organization, as does everyone, including Roger. Everyone is replaceable. I don't know if Roger's replaceable actually, but and we're like together we make a temple, whereas the Colosseum in Rome is in ruins because it's made of concrete. Concrete is much more difficult to replace, right? So with the structure that we're building more temples in our Colosseum because we want this temple to last forever, to last 10,000 years. So like when there's day-to-day issues that like, the share price is this or this is that, or you guys must do something now, like it's it takes a lot of discipline to stay the course. And that's kind of like what our challenge is. It's like staying the course and continuing to build a product that is superior, that will last 10,000 years, to build that temple and not just a Colosseum.
I love it. And I love the analogy as well. Um, next question: how do the top tier paid courses differ from other offerings that you guys throw out there, and what benefits can customers expect to receive from these courses?
Well, one of the benefits for the top tier courses, which like again you have to qualify for, right? Like we're not just like accepting people. Like like if you're our partner, we are dedicated to your success. Um, look at the Property Investment Network, for example. Simon Zutzi is the head of that, and I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong, in the UK. The Property Investment Network is a network of people that invest in real estate, and they get together strategic partnerships outside the company, and they work on real estate developments and real estate all over the United Kingdom. And in order to be a member of the Property Investment Network, you have to bring something to the table, right? We're not just like it's not. I mean, anyone can join, but it's not. You have to actually be bringing something to the table in order to participate at that level. Because your success is our success. His success is our success. Like we share profits, we share pain, we share everything. And it's important that every single link in the chain is strong. So yeah, at that top level, there are like qualifications that are challenging, frankly, but I think that that's there for a reason. We have coaches. Like I was telling you guys about last week, Michelle Knowlton has been my coach as of late, and I kind of want to keep her to myself, but I feel like that's selfish because she's absolutely brilliant in what she does. I know Donna Isabella is another coach that's really a great leader. So yeah, we have coaches that help you with like your mind, your body, your soul. Like we have a health dynamics division as well that I believe Joe Formosa is in charge of. If like you're looking to increase like your revenue in the health field, we partner with Joe Formosa and Health Dynamics to work on that aspect of your life. So basically, it's like whatever part of your life that you're trying to improve, like we're going to be there hand in hand, helping you out, coaching you, and making sure that like you are kind of setting yourself up for success in every way possible.
That sounds very personalized, and I like the sound of
Yes.
that. Speaking of personalization, okay, what specific features of Salesforce's Einstein AI made it stand out from other competing technologies, like during that whole decision-making process?
Oh, that's a great question. Would you mind repeating that question in about 20 minutes? I'm going to ask our Chief Revenue Officer to jump on, and that would be a great question for him to answer because I'm not as familiar as he is with that.
Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and highlight that, and I'll skip that. Okay.
Please.
Would it be possible to
That's
provide?
a great question.
Well, thank you very much. Um, would it be possible to provide like a brief 15-second to 60-second preview of one of the top tier paid courses, and then the thoughts of them being made into YouTube shorts that you could then go ahead and create revenue with?
Yeah, well, that depends on like the specific branch of the business, right? Like, so the Genius School is something like Education Angels, for example. I can bring that one to your attention first. Education Angels is predicated on this, like, it's Angie Steed who runs Education Angels, and she's done a phenomenal job of just like that principle of everyone being born a genius. So what she does is she takes like kids, like very early youth, and guardians, parents, and teachers alike, and optimizes teacher growth, so that teachers like here in the U.S. especially, like teachers aren't making what they, they're not making true market value for what they're contributing to society. We can all agree on that, right? Like teachers are kind of getting the short end of the stick in the U.S. And it's not right because they're responsible for like tomorrow's America and tomorrow's world. So there are parts of the world where like I think it's New Zealand who subsidize early childhood education. And if you're a parent and you decide that you want to stay at home and like teach your child, the government does subsidize that. So finding things like that to optimize is a really great way to increase profit and increase purpose as well, right? So you're doing two things at once. So Education Angels is a really good example of that, where they're like kind of optimizing for both teaching parents, teaching guardians, and teaching kids as well. I don't want to quote him because like Roger says this better, but around age 7, every 7 years, like all your cells like turnover, right? There's a turnover every 7 years. So like at age 7, like you start thinking a little bit differently than you did at age 6. Again, with 14 and 13, like you hit a different stage of your life where you were steel and now you're fire. Again, I don't want to paraphrase because I wouldn't do it any justice, but Roger says it really, really well. I got to find the YouTube video and cut it up for you guys here. But every 7 or so years, like your cells divide, like they go different places and you absorb different ones and you attract different ones. And it's kind of like a karmic energy of what you put out is what you get back. So Education Angels is just really thriving in so many ways that I highly recommend if you're in the education field, thinking about the education field, you want to subsidize your income. Maybe subsidize is not the right word. Supplement your income, like with a bit of a side hustle. We can help you with that and set you up with a structure and put you in place to succeed. I think that's one that I'd love to talk more about.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say that was much longer than 60 seconds. I'm thinking, so I'm gonna cut you a break with that one, my friend.
Thank you.
Let me expand a little bit on that last question, Buzz.
Go ahead.
I guess really what the question is like from maybe like a marketing or because when I was like on the website and I seen the different courses, maybe like a short clip or like a teaser, how they kind of do shorts to reel you in to consume the longer portion of it, little snippets or little teasers to kind of let people know what they're getting themselves into.
Got it. Thank you, Dylan. That makes a lot of sense. So I want to echo what Rob said last week. 98% of our students pay nothing, pay zero. And I encourage you all to check out what we have to offer on Genius U, take a few of the tests, and be honest with them, right? Like, you get what you put in, and these are completely anonymous, and like you're the only one that has the results. So be honest with yourself and take these tests and like take advantage of the 98% of this stuff that's like completely free. Like some of the things that Roger says is just absolutely gospel, like in every way. Like he's just so far beyond his like wisdom, beyond his years, that like there's so much to unpack in each of these videos. Like if you're not subscribing to his YouTube channel, it's a huge miss because what he has to offer like can apply to every single aspect of your life, and it's changed my life completely in a 180-degree way. A little bit about myself is like as a New Yorker, I was told to run. My parents are immigrants that were fairly successful, and all I knew was work, and then work harder, and then work harder. But like with Roger, like just teaching me, like slowly teaching me that like if you're in flow, right? Like if you're in flow and you put those around you in flow, then I don't have to, like, I do social media, right? So like I don't have to have an iPhone in my hand capturing content at all times because like I'm in flow. How am I in flow? Well, the other people there are now having iPhones in their hands, and I'm instructing them on how to like take a better angle of the video. So now I have like 13 angles of the same video as opposed to one. That's flow, right? Like I don't have 13 hands, I don't have 13 iPhones, but now I have 13 angles. And I've taught 13 people, 12 other people, how to shoot better on their iPhone. So they're learning from me, I'm learning from them, we're working together, and we're capturing content together. That's flow. Whereas before, I'm like struggling, I'm hanging by a tree upside down with the branch slowly breaking, like I'm doing it all myself, just working as hard as possible. And that's how we win in New York. But like Roger introduced this like Eastern kind of spirit where if you put yourself in flow and you put others in flow, you empower others, you offer, to others, like everyone has a chance to improve. Whereas if you keep your gifts to yourself as sacred, as something that's yours and only yours, with fear of it being taken or replicated, it's not a fun way to live, you know? Like, you're not going to get the best out of yourself if you're just doing it on your own. So yeah, that concept of being in flow is like so powerful, and like living that way with my wife and like my son even, he's 1, and like I kind of let him do what he wants to do within reason, and he then lets me do what I want to do within reason most of the time. So yeah, it's really powerful to, like, I challenge you all to like share your gifts with others, and to try to share knowledge with others. It's not a secret. It shouldn't be a secret. I mean, some things obviously are a secret, but other things, like if you have skills, like if you share your skills, you'd be surprised at how much better you'll be when you put everyone else in flow. When you yourself become like flowing, it's really a powerful thing.
You know,
Absolutely.
you say that you're not that great of a speaker, but you come on here and you kill it every single time, man. And like you give very precise answers. I'm gonna hit you with one that you might not be able to fully answer, so feel free to go ahead and sidestep it. Are there any plans in the GNS, I guess, business model or business plan to make any future acquisitions? And maybe create any more spin-offs, like entrepreneur resorts?
Um, Future acquisitions, that's a 2-part question, right? Future acquisitions and then any more spin-offs. To the spin-offs, I don't know the answer to that. And then future acquisitions, I have a short answer to that, which is not at all philosophical. The answer is yes. As Roger said last week, we are like very, very vigilant in terms of our mergers and acquisition strategy, which has been laid out for the year. Very, very active in mergers and acquisitions, and we will continue to be aggressive in that way this year and in the coming years.
I'm going to
Love
expand
it.
on that question with you, Buzz.
Go ahead.
In future acquisitions, are you guys planning to issue shares of those of the company, like you guys are doing with the entrepreneur resorts?
That I cannot answer. I'm not sure of the answer. If I could, I would love to answer that, but I don't know the answer to that, Dylan. I'm sorry.
Still wishing though.
I see that Clarity had his he requested a mic. Clarity, go ahead. Do you have something to add?
Yeah, could you just give me one moment, if you don't mind? Just need like 2 minutes.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah, man, just throw your hand up whenever you're ready. I'll go on to my next question. And then what qualities define the ideal retail shareholder for GNS?
It's hard to define the ideal retail shareholder. We are Roger is our captain of retail. So whenever like you're taking an attack on Roger, like you're kind of like doing what they want you to do with the SEC, like not the SEC, but like what big corporations or these naked short sellers are wanting us to do, which is divide ourselves from other like small cap companies. Like, well, we are trying our best to represent everyone together, a unified front. And I understand there are people that are upset now about this or that or whatever the market's doing, but it just, the only purpose that really serves is to divide us a bit further, create resent and hostility, when that's not really something that we care for, right? It's hard to listen to that, and when you want the best for everyone, and when you're working your ass off, frankly, to do what's right for everyone, for every retail investor, to represent every single one of us, including myself, because I am a retail investor as well, personally. It's really like it's difficult, right? Like it's difficult to feel that way, to know that you're putting in that type of effort and then be met with this type of hostility because maybe a day is not going your way or whatever it may be. The vision isn't clear enough. I mean, like, if it were clear and simple, everyone would do it. If it were clear and simple, it wouldn't be this, like, elaborate plan that we've, like, really, really baked out thoroughly to be successful. The Genie product that we're talking about now, that's a revolution completely, and that's our product, right? So the ideal retail investor is just someone that understands what we're offering and that has the vision to see like what this will do at scale.
Thanks for the sub, homie, and I agree.
Society. We have 4.3 million students right now. 4.3 million students right now. So you can do the math yourself. I'm not giving any financial advice or anything like that. I just want to state that public information, we have 4.3 million students.
Dude,
that's impressive. Go ahead, Clarity.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, as a retail investor, should I be worried about a reverse split? Just because, like, it's happened to me in other stocks, and I don't want to, and every time that it has happened,
Clarity. I might want to pick this one up for Anton. Anton's
sure.
not allowed. He's not allowed to talk about stock price or anything like that.
Okay, no worries. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, no. Do you have anything else? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I do have a couple other questions, but I think this one I've just been really concerned about because every time I've been involved with something like that. I'm not saying that Genius is doing that, but I've never recovered my investment. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. Okay, that's it.
Anton, is there anything that you could comment on that, or would you like me to move on?
I'm not sure. First of all, Clarity, I'm sorry that that's happened to you in the past. Like, I'm a human, you're a human. That sucks, and like that's not fun for anyone. I'm sure it wasn't fun for you, and I can only imagine what that did to you. And I'm sorry as a person. Like, I wish that didn't happen to you genuinely from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, I don't know.
It's just because even if your vision is sincere, which I do believe it is, and I do believe that you're a sincere person, I do believe that. It's just the market is unforgiving, and it's that a lot of these people, they I myself believe you're a good person because I don't know, but just from what I can tell, I don't know you, right? And I'm sure everyone here can hear the sincerity in your voice. But a lot of these people may not be that knowledge in the market, have experience, so they may really believe your words. And the thing is that the stock is below $1, so if Genius has things down the pipeline, I do believe in that. But if it's nothing near term that's gonna help the stock go up, then they will go through a reverse split. They will lose their shareholder value. The management will be fine, but retail is the one who gets screwed over. And I think everyone should kind of be aware of that. Just be careful not to put all your eggs in one basket, obviously, and just don't believe everything you see, and always be cautious because, yeah, the market is very unforgiving and you can lose a lot of money.
I do want to go ahead and I do want to comment on that. There are other ways around the $1 rule other than a reverse stock split. Like, for instance, like a merger or, reverse merger or things of that nature. But let me go ahead with this other question here. Can you describe the process of developing the Genie highlight reel and the concept behind it? Maybe including any like key players that have been involved, and then I want to go to Swing after you answer me.
So a few key players in our Genius University. First is Peter Diamandis, who is, if you guys don't follow him on Twitter, I'll put his handle up here soon. He's a medical doctor based in California. Like, he's kind of like the MD version of Elon Musk is how I refer to him. Really, really brilliant guy. And then in terms of the product, it's absolutely transformational, is the way I could put it. It's everything that you care about, everything, your passions, your goals, and your purpose, and your strengths and your weaknesses all rolled up into one, and helping you figure out who can best support you in that way using AI. So this is a product that will help every single person in the world, pretty much. We're carefully rolling it out because we want it to be perfect, which is why we're like just now in the early stages of beta. Since Roger announced it last week, but this can help every single person in the world, right? Like, and every single person in our network can benefit from this. If you're in the network, you will benefit from this. Like, it's 1-to-1. There's a direct correlation. So that's basically, I can't be any more certain than I am about that.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, I mean, could we ask for anything else more than, helping humanity? You know what I mean?
And helping you achieve your personal goals, your professional goals, helping you become a better entrepreneur, helping you, Buzz, become a better trader, helping Dylan be a better trader, helping Clarity so he can see something like that happening down the line and be networked with someone that will help him not be in that situation again. So yeah, it's helping everyone the way you need to be helped with the power of AI. There are certain people, companies, professionals that are super against AI, that are afraid of it. Like, we've embraced it with open arms, and we're the only place, as of now, that's, well, Harvard and Stanford are too. Genius U, Harvard, Stanford, good group of 3. The other 2 aren't that good, but the good group of 3, and we are embracing AI and using this technology to our benefit and to the benefit of all, as opposed to removing ourselves from it and battling against it. We're going to continue to adopt new technologies and make it work and use it to help people.
Yeah, because in the last meeting, the reel, it didn't even show that you guys are incorporating Einstein AI, which is the product of Salesforce, and Salesforce is the cream of the crop, like CRM, and that the CRM is make it or break it. So when I found that out, I was like, oh, they're onto something.
Yeah, I also found that very, very intriguing as well. Swing, I see you, buddy. What's up?
Hey, I don't know. You guys hear me okay?
I got you.
All right. So, to add a little clarity to Clarity's question, there was a lot of things that happened on April 19th. And if you're not following Roger Hamilton on YouTube, definitely go back and watch the video. With the spin out of Entrepreneurial Resorts, it's going to force a legit share count, which is one of the biggest things that we've always pushed for when it came to naked short selling. And I believe there's going to be another increase where the stock ran from 30 cents up to $7. That was a lot of momentum. Now they realize that they're doubling down because that share count's coming. Today's off-exchange volume, which dark pool volume, was 68%. And if you notice, it was also short sale restricted today, which means that they can only short on the upticks. And they took full advantage of that. And along with that dark pool trading, it really does nothing for the short sale restriction. I mean, We were down, a total of 11%. Yeah, 11.62 today and 2.21 after hours. So tomorrow is going to be short sale restricted yet again, and you're going to see the cost to borrow increase. You're going to see the off exchange dark pool abuse again. The short-term catalyst is the spin out, and I don't recall the exact dates. Antoine perhaps could help with that. Was it May 17th?
I believe so. I'm not certain. Don't quote me. It's in Roger's presentation and investor call. I can drop the link to that too. I think the link is in the bio, in our bio right now. So if you check that out, it is in there. It's quite long. If you want pro tip, if you want to watch at 1.25x speed, you can do that in the settings. Toggle your settings on YouTube and watch it at 1.25 speed, and then slow down as you see fit. I definitely want to give that a watch for the exact date. But yeah, what Swing was just saying is, justice will be served. Only hide behind this for so long, and the reason why I'm coming to you guys from a place of pure confidence is not to blow smoke. It's more because I know that there has been injustice, and it's been proven at this point, and we'll be fine. Not at all worried.
And in addition to that, there is, which I consider a pretty big catalyst. You actually get shares of Entrepreneur Resorts on a pro rata basis, which means there's more shares of GNS than there will be of Entrepreneur Resorts. So obviously, it's not going to be a 1-for-1. But you may want to look at the latest filings, and you can actually reach out to Genius Group Investor Relations, and they can give you. She was awesome, by the way, Antoine. Thank you. She responded the very next morning, and we talked. I had several questions, so thank you for that. There's a lot of catalysts coming up. But hey, I'm going to dip out. I got to go to my son's concert, and y'all have a great night.
I appreciate you, Swing.
Break a leg. Thanks, Swing. Appreciate that. I just dropped Flora's email address in the chat as well. That is investorsingular@geniusgroup.net. So yeah, feel free with any specific investor related questions to reach out to Flora. My specialty is more on the product and the products that we're offering. The company culture is something that I'll also tell you about, which is life-changing. It really does encompass mind, body, and soul, which is more than you can ever ask for. I'm so grateful to be in this position. So with that, any other questions, please blink. It used to be Alex. How's it going, man?
I got questions here for days. No, I'm just kidding. I only have a few. But what role, if any, does GNS see itself playing in shaping education policy, regulations, and how is the company engaging with lawmakers and shareholders to promote positive change in the education industry?
It's a great question. Well, as a leader, we consider ourselves a leader with 4.3 million students, over 4.3 million students last count. So in terms of regulation in the U.S., we are WASC accredited at the moment through our university here in Southern California, which is the University of Antelope Valley. We just brought on recently Dr. Tracy Lynn West to be the chancellor of that school. The CEO/chancellor of that school. We're offering over 15 different vocational programs, as well as your traditional education. So for any of those who have started school, college, or at any level, this being university level, and you have credits, I do encourage you to shoot me a DM. I can help you personally get to the right spot, but those credits will be able to transfer over to the university, our university here in Southern California, which is both online and in IRL, in real life. And like finish that degree, guys. Like, why not? Like, if you have credits towards college, like transfer them over. Let's see what transfers while you're at home. If you have downtime, whatever you're doing, like you may as well get the degree. At this point, it's just going to help you. It's one of those things that, like, my little brother, I'll give you a personal example. I took it a little bit too far. My dad always said that, like, you can't. That's something that no one will ever be able to take away from you. So I got a degree, and my brother got 3. Like, my brother has an MD, he has a master's, and he's working on a PhD. He took it a little bit too far, but like a bachelor's degree you can have that forever, you know? So I highly recommend, like, reach out to me if you have any questions, if you're looking into it, if you have some college credits already, and why not just finish it? A lot of these things are, you get federal funding most of the time. Not something that, like, is advertised, but like a lot of the time it's federally funded, which is great for everyone involved, right? So yeah, if you have some college credits, please definitely look into it, reach out. I'll get you in touch with the right people.
Thank you, Lou. Excellent answer, by the way. And then before Rav hops in here, I do have one last question. Have there been challenges in the onboarding process with the NFT technology? And have there been any increases in the I guess what would it be? I guess the use of the NFTs that obviously you guys were disappointed with on the call.
I'm not too sure about the NFTs. As you guys know, that those have been handled by Upstream and distributed there. So I can't really comment on that because I'm not familiar with, like, the numbers, statistics, metrics regarding the NFTs.
Fair enough. Does anybody else have any questions here? I mean, we could always go ahead and sit here and talk about Bali and how awesome that is. What kind of stuff do you guys have around the resort there in Bali?
Yeah, I'm just curious. Where did Bali come from? Because I actually was in Thailand for 3 months last year, and I plan on going to Bali for a couple months next year. So, just curious.
Oh wow! Wow, Clarity, you have to send me a note before you go because my villa there, the Vision Villa there, is life changing.
Is it in Bali?
It's in Bali, yes. It's like in the heart of Ubud. It's like really one of the most magical places. I've been to 35 countries in my life, and Bali is in Indonesia. And it's one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. It could be because of Roger. It could be because of, like, the ambiance. Like, it has a weird energy to it. Bali does. It's at, like, there have to be some sort of tectonic plates. Like, not a geographer, but there have to be some sort of tectonic plates or something there that really creates this, like, changing energy, that this spirit that kind of enters you, and you really embrace, like, the rebirth through Bali and being in that, like, kind of seclusion, but in nature. And it rains, but it doesn't rain hard, or it rains for a short period of time. I've never been to a place where you celebrate rain and like actually dance in the rain. Like in New York, it's raining and, like, everyone's hitting each other in the face with umbrellas as they run to the subway. In Los Angeles, God forbid it rains, right?
Like honestly, man, going to Thailand last year, it was my first time traveling by myself, and I was there for 3 months, like I said, and honestly, it was life-changing. I've never been more happier. It was insane. Like, it was just my mind, my body, my soul, everything was at peace. So, and honestly, I've heard Bali's even better, so I can't even imagine how I would feel in Bali. It'd probably be, I'd feel amazing, right?
It's like you eat clean, you live clean, and everything is just like rebirth is the only way to describe it.
There's no worries. There's no Western worries of any bullshit. It's all like everyone's living in the moment. You know what I mean?
And everyone like is like, it's, I don't want to say everyone is judged, but like people kind of police themselves on karma. Like like your server who brings you your food at like Vision Villa at the resort that we have, your server prides themselves on like setting the plate the exact way it's supposed to be set.
100%. I actually
like,
feel bad for a lot of
that.
people who are never going to be able to experience what we're talking about, because it's one of those things, man. It's amazing.
Like you send a plate.
While we're on this subject,
plate,
can you give me a quick rundown on Entrepreneur Resorts and everything else? Because I'm actually surprised that he didn't know the Bali thing.
Yeah, so Entrepreneur Resorts is like one of the Genius Group companies, and we have resorts in Bali and South Africa. Then we have cafes in Singapore, a couple in Bali. I may be forgetting some other places, but the resorts themselves, like the one in Bali specifically, is like, think about like a Mediterranean mansion, but with like Asian influence, and huge, and it's just that's your room. That's it. And then you're walking through the bedroom, and on the other side, like you walk into the shower, which is indoors and outdoors at the same time. Like, I don't remember if they have TVs, but I do remember not giving an F if there is a TV, because I'm so at peace and I'm learning to meditate and I'm learning yoga and I'm learning like how to breathe, which is crazy because like, no one ever taught me how to breathe. It's a weird concept, maybe a bit existential for this chat, but you learn how to breathe, you learn how to be with yourself, calm, peaceful with yourself, and all of these principles like just sort of, they seep in little by little if you spend enough time there. And people are friendly, everyone's like, the karmic energy is serious there. They take it really seriously. You live off the land lives off of you, and you take care of yourself and it takes care of you. Everyone is just like in unison. I remember when I left Bali, like I had Indonesian money with me at like maybe $60 worth, and I was getting a cab to the airport, a taxi to the airport, and he was like, no, it's only like $10 worth, and it's like an hour drive. I was like, okay, well, I don't need this. Like, you can have it, and you can use it, is what I told the guy, and he's like still DMs me on Instagram and tells me how beautiful my son is whenever I post a story, and he's forever grateful, and we're forever friends because I gave him something that I don't need, for something that he needs. Now he's probably used all of it, and not very much money, but like it's gratitude that goes both ways, right? Like, you need this, like I don't. I'm not going to the transfer counter to get ripped off there and they take blah blah blah. No, you gave me a great ride, you gave me a great like instruction, like you told me a little bit about your culture, your spirit. His wife actually works as a line cook at the villa, so it's like all intertwined, right? Like there's so much, everyone knows everyone there, everyone is like super like, I don't know how to explain it, man. I've never experienced anything like it, and
one hand washes the other. It sounds like, Anton.
Yeah, you know what? It's like it's the West. We're used to the Western mindset of everyone's trying to one up each other. Everyone's anxiety's through the roof with all the food we eat, everything, all our surroundings. And when we go to Asia, it's just everything is just a level down. Everyone's calm, peaceful. It's totally different. It's hard. It's impossible to explain. But he's absolutely right. I met some of the nicest people there.
It's like you give without expecting anything in return, and what you get in return is nothing you could have ever expected.
Dude, I was training Muay Thai out there in Thailand, and yeah, it was just the best, man. I miss that place so much, man. I've just had some responsibilities here, so I wasn't able to go back, but I'm going back soon, and maybe this time I'm gonna take a stop in Bali too, for sure.
Now, Anton, is everything kind of like very like close together with entrepreneur resorts in Bali, or is it like spread out? Is it close to like any major cities? Like, what is kind of like the landscape or layout
It's
like?
it's close to Ubud for those of you liking to go out nightlife. There's a pretty significant amount of people that go out there. A lot of expats. Like English is you like almost everyone speaks English. Um, and then the villa itself is like a huge area, surface area, and like I was saying before, there's like a place to relax. Like there's a Zen garden. Like each villa pretty much has its own Zen garden where you can relax and be peaceful by yourself with like a serious moat and lily pads around it. There's a massage area that's like absolutely beautiful. Everything you can ever imagine. You hear frogs and all different sounds of nature, and like when it rains you hear the rain, you smell the rain differently. Like it's just unreal. And then like if you want to socialize, you can go to the cafe and socialize with like-minded people that are peaceful, that are friendly. It's really just an amazing experience in all ways. But I gotta run because like I have a presentation to do on Friday morning. That's really important. It's so nice catching up with you guys. I love answering these questions. I love that like I get an opportunity to explain things to you guys, like people that actually care about the company and not just like the ticker as it shows today versus yesterday or versus the day before. It feels like you guys are the ones that really understand what we're about, and I appreciate this time with you all so much. It's really, really, it fills my soul, honestly, to share this because not many people understand, and you know, when it's too late, it's too late. And for you guys, what it sounds like is you guys, it's not too late, and you guys are just here with us. Just please try the products. Please come with questions. Please ask me why something it may not be working. If something's not working, please bring it to my attention. Just try the products and try the products. You know.
So do we get do the share? If you're a shareholder, do you get a discount at the resort in Bali or what?
I mean, with the NFT is a coupon that you can use anywhere. So if you like cashed in your NFT coupon, like you do get a discount on certain things. I don't remember what it was exactly, but like you do get a significant discount on stuff if you're a shareholder.
Thanks for that. Yeah, guys, we have to respect his hard stop. Thank you so much for your time, Anton. And
yeah, of course.
And I really really look forward for our conversation next week as well.
Yeah, same. And like definitely prepare, guys. Like if you have any other questions, please try the product is all I'm asking. If there's like find me in Genius U. Tell me what type of genius you are. Like maybe we can work together somehow. Like maybe like in any capacity. But just like figure out, like learn about yourself, right? Like we're an education company, we're an ed tech company. But the most important learning you can do to start is learning about yourself. And I encourage you all to
one more question, if you don't mind. One more.
All right, go for it. Shoot.
So like, even if everyone believes in the company, believes in the vision, do you still think it's probably not a good idea to invest in the stock just because of the macro conditions and like the reverse split and all that? What's going to happen?
I can't comment on it, but like, I can tell you, me for myself.
Like, we shouldn't. Obviously, it's like if you care about us, you wouldn't want us to lose money, right?
Well, no, clarity. You're putting him in a really tough spot. That's something he can't comment on.
No, it's okay. I mean, like,
okay.
I use my discretion, and what I'm encouraging you to do is use yours. I want you to use your discretion. I want you to test products because I know what we have, and I can't tell you to invest. I can't tell you to not invest. I can only tell you that like justice will be served, and like I personally have tested the products and used the products, and products have changed my life because I've subscribed. That's what I can say. That's a personal anecdote. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to buy. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm not telling you to wait. I'm not telling you to hurry. I'm just telling you that, like, from my experience, and like my background is in chess. Like I was a former international chess master, once ranked 13th in the world. So I'm always thinking about like every single thing that can go wrong or every single thing that can change. And what I'm saying is that I've done my due diligence in deciding to be with this company. And it has changed my life for the better. And the products are what they are, and the better you understand them, the better you can make a decision.
All right, thanks for your answer, man. I hope everyone here, like all these retail, I know some people are naive, so make your own decision, like you said, right? I think that's important, but just remember that the stock isn't the company, like you said. So you could believe in the company, but Wall Street could fuck the stock.
Yeah, I prior to our last week conversation, I didn't have a position in GNS just because I didn't like the way the chart looks or looked. Excuse me. Now I do have a position in GNS, and that's just.
If it gets above $1, then I think I'd be a lot more optimistic, and I would even, I'd be more optimistic for sure. I think that's like a big thing. Get above $1.
No, absolutely, 100%. I'm just trying to respect Anton's hard stop, to be quite honest with you guys.
I mean, listen, guys. Like, I encourage you all to stay on with Buzz, like, and talk about these things, like what the charts look like and whatnot. Because, like, to be completely honest with you, I'm new to that. Like, Wall Street, like, and naked shorts, like, is so illegal that I had no idea that they were allowed to do that. Like, I had no idea. And, like, whatever the stock price is, I'm not commenting on it, but, like, think about this Roger Hamilton, like, this brilliant genius, like, white knight coming in and saying, like, hey, guys, like, you guys are all doing something illegal, and I'm your opposition. Think about what they have and think about who Roger is. Roger's not standing down, right? Like, Roger's not going to, like, accept defeat. He does not accept defeat. So he's going to fight for us, for all of us, for all of retail. And it just like pains me when like I see discouraging comments on his posts or on our posts. It pains me because like he's not going to quit. We have 4.3 million students. You do the math. There's a huge target, right? Like I don't even think it needs to be said, but you can understand what's happening here. And like Roger has like, become that leader, that face, that figure that is like the, anti-corruption, right? And with that comes consequences. And now once that's like resolved, like, it's nothing but peace and prosperity. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I can say.
Appreciate it, Anton.
All right, buddy.
You're the man.
Care, buddy.
You're the man.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you. Until next week, my friend.
We'll talk soon. Definitely stay on.
You almost convinced me. Not yet, though. You almost convinced me.
I mean, my job is not to convince you. My job is just to, like, ask you to try new things and make a decision on your own. I trust that you're an intelligent person. I treat everyone with respect, and I trust that you're an intelligent person. Muay tells me you have discipline as well. So I think that, like, you, when you ask me, like, who's the prototypical person, I want people on our team that are, like, respectful and that are intelligent and that can draw their own conclusions, do their own due diligence, and, like, make it make sense. If there's something that's not making sense about whatever it is our price is today, I don't even know. And equating that to 4.3 million students with a revolutionary product that's rolling out, like, that's not for me to say if that makes sense or not.
Curious, like, out of those 4.3 million students, like, is there like, does each one bring a revenue? I'm just curious.
That is a revenue question. Definitely at him and ask him on Twitter. He's at Revenue Rob. I'll give you his handle here too.
No, awesome. I don't want to keep holding you up. I know you gotta go. I appreciate you taking the hard questions. That's good. That's usually a good sign that you never backed away or you never muted me or that's good.
Yeah, like I said, we have nothing to hide. Like, we are completely transparent. Everything like that we can do to answer any of your questions, any of like your worries, any of your concerns, any questions about the product, anything like that. Any questions about Roger's character? I've seen like ridiculous comments recently about Roger's character, and I just like I just
See, I read that Roger has a cocaine habit.
That's insane. Okay,
That's not
yeah.
true?
Okay, all right. That's laughable.
That's
We'll go ahead and we'll pick this up next week. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Do your own due diligence, guys. Don't believe everything you read or see. You're all too smart for that. But yeah, do your own due diligence, and look forward to chatting with you next week.
Later, my dude.
Later, guys.
Clarity, really? Left field with that one?
Yeah.
No, what happened? No, I swear I read that, guys.
No, dude, no. I'm trying to keep a respectful space here. Come on.
Hey, Buzz,
I'm sorry, brother. I swear to God, somebody said that.
Hold on, let me expand on a lot of the questions that you were asking and give just a little bit of perspective.
Sounds good, brother.
Okay. I dropped Roger's YouTube channel, and you can tell a lot by the content that he's putting out, okay? And when you ask a company about a reverse split, if you have any pride at all in you, that's like bowing out, if you care about your shareholders. And there's a lot of videos where he specifically says that, retail, is the majority shareholder, and a reverse split or things that are unfavorable to shareholders is almost like, you're getting married and then someone come ask you, so are you guys about to be divorced? Your intentions are to be divorced, and you kind of put them in a position that
he knows what he did. He left. He's not even listening to you. He knows what he did.
Okay.
He did that on purpose. X, I see that you have a mic. Do you have any questions? I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer them, but I could try.
No, I don't have any questions. I don't know if you guys see my comment, but like at the beginning of this fight, they did say a reverse split has been voted on and approved, but it's last resort.
Last resort, absolutely. I think that's every company listed's last resort, right?
Yeah, but it is voted on and it is approved, so it could happen.
Yeah, I'm not going to discredit anything. You know what I mean? But very, very good point. Anyone else?
And the spinoff is coming end of third quarter, he said. So probably like October.
That's when the distribution date is. That's not when the X date is.
No, they're voting on it May 19th.
Correct. All right, guys. I think with that being said, I am going to go ahead and I am going to wrap it up. For next space, just don't be like Clarity, please. You guys have a great one, and I will catch you guys next week. If you guys, have, some free trading time, I do live stream all day, every day. So feel free to come hang out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I will catch you guys next week. Later.
Peace.
Okay, hold on one second. Dude searching for an argument. I almost believed you and trying to confirm drug... No. Yeah, so, like, as soon as he said that, I just... Look, I was shook, almost. Like, really? Really? You're gonna ask a question like that? Yeah, I agree with you, Jimmy. Rakeem, I believe so. However, I think that's going to be reliant on it being an official offer. rather than a tweet that was put out and then rescinded. However, I also know what happened with Elon Musk, and I don't know if that can be rescinded, if that makes any sense. However, that's all I got for you guys. You guys have a great one, and I will catch you guys. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Rakeem. I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good one, all right?